actually my first time ever recording video with a microphone, so I hope that everything is good. I hope you like this video. A little bit stressed about this part because it's not connecting very good because it has a USB-C ending, and my MacBook has it has USB usual ending, and my MacBook has USB-C, so I had to buy this but inverted. You see, here you put USB-C this part and there's USB-C, and I bought the same thing but inverted, and I bought it from AliExpress, so it's not the best quality ever. Okay, today we're discussing art as expected, but I got to admit, I started this YouTube channel almost 9 months ago, and even though when I was thinking about creating it, when I was rethinking the idea, when I was trying to find my voice in the beginning, not even starting, just thinking about it, I had a vision for this YouTube channel that I'm going to make it only for art. That this way I'm going to promote my art, promote my artistic thought, I'm going to explain concept behind my art and stuff like that. But now, after 9 months of making videos every week, every Saturday on this YouTube channel, you can see a new video. I haven't missed a single one Saturday for these 9 months. And after these 9 months has passed, I can say that the art videos are the least often videos on my channel, the least category ever. But it's not because I changed my mind, it's not because I'm so not loyal to my ideas, absolutely not the same. So I wrote down some problematics why this happened, and I'm going to discuss them with you today. The problematic is how difficult it is to be artist that promotes something so exhausting and time-consuming as oil painting. As you can see, on these paintings I've been on this one. I've been working for more than 3 months already. And obviously it's hard to make a content out of one painting that would be enough for making a YouTube channel, for having your Instagram account, because as you probably heard that influencers, social media content creators, they all should be really consistent with the amount of content they produce. It should be all the time. You can't just wait 3 months until your next painting is done and do nothing at this time. That's why most of the content that I create on my YouTube channel is not about this art piece, not about art piece in the moment, but many things that surround it, many things that I feel like people would find interesting, so I could later redirect them into my art, into being more concentrated on the art itself. I have a book. It was my old sketchbook. You can see there is some anime stickers and even Monster High stickers. And now I use this book to write everything I have. I use this to conspect some, videos about marketing that I watched, or some other things, to conspect books I'm reading if there are some interesting thoughts. That my journal, I'm anxious that something's going to not work. So I'm using it to my journal, sometimes as my diary, sometimes to brainstorm some ideas for the video. And I already wrote a lot of pages here. Many of them. Some things that I have to do, main things. So the list of the problems that I saw, the list of problems that I met with while posting videos about my art and some other videos for 9 months. The first one, people, I don't know, it's a stereotype. People are afraid of art at some point because they're afraid to look not educated, not intelligent enough. So in general, people don't understand art. There is such stereotype that you have to understand art in order to like it, in order to be a fan of it. And there is a stigma surrounding art, surrounding art and artists and art fans, thinking that they all are a bunch of super pretentious nerds Some of this is true, but some of it isn't. And that's definitely one of the things that makes your chances to create a successful YouTube channel based on art more difficult, because it's a really specific audience that you're pointing for. We never teach people in general how to see art, how to understand it, or how to simply find pleasure in it, which is obviously create a huge weight on artist bloggers to do so. Because if you can solve this problem, I still don't know how to solve it, I'm in the process. If you can solve this problem, and you'll be the first one to solve this problem, to make art available, achievable, enjoyable for everyone, this one's going to be a huge success. The other problems that I wrote down is people don't want to understand art. Maybe they have other things to do. Maybe they're a fan of other sort of art. Maybe you're making videos about all paintings, but people are into literature or music or films or movies, and their need for art in their life is closed. It's fulfilled. They don't have the time to get into something new, something they associate with boring museums or money laundering on art auctions. Some people don't want to hear about art, and that is completely okay. That is a position of them, which I think the audience that you can transfer from people who are into other sort of art, and you'll just change their mind completely and move them to your type of art. I feel like it's impossible thing to do. It's a really high effort and maybe low return. The return on investment into changing people's senses to get them more responsive to old paintings sounds like a super difficult task for me. The third one is really similar with the second one, actually. Art is not one of the basic needs that people have. Some funny content and maybe some educational content are the basic needs, because while the funny content may just make you feel good, the educational content gives you hope that while watching it you can somehow develop your life and your how you're living, that you can somehow change your life. And art content doesn't sell any of the things. The pleasure that you give from art is not as simple, is not as easy as the pleasure you can get from a stand-up comedian or some gossips around. They're not equivalent. It's much harder to get one from art, and it's a whole different taste. And about educational content, while art can be educational, of course, it's a really specific niche, a really specific detail that you might even not find a place to show off such knowledge. So I think until someone is extremely popular artist, it's hard to make a person interested in that, because he won't be able to show off that. Of course, you can, if you're, super wealthy art collector who knows that he has a possibility and who has done that in the past, who has ever promoted the artist from no one to the most popular star in the world, and who has the desire to do so, who has the ability to do so, that in that case, of course, he might be interested in some not yet popular artist who can be forever grateful all his life. That artist will be grateful for that mentor. But in other cases, I feel like people would choose something else. Educational content or motivational content sells you the idea that you can change your life, and after watching those videos you feel a little better about yourself. Art videos or content makes you feel even more complex, even more lost. It makes you feel such a mix of emotions that you will need to take time, very, very valuable resource that not many of us have. You will need to take time to digest it. So no fast dopamine pleasure you can get from art. Next one. Getting old paintings, the original version of them, not some prints, is extremely expensive thing. It's a luxury privilege that almost none of us have. The print version, of course, are much more accessible, but not everyone sells them. The oil painting is expensive for many factors, and I'm not going to discuss how the price, what are the factors that make the price how it is. There are many of them. But I'm going to say that in order to have a collection of paintings, you not only need a lot of money to buy them, you got to have a lot of place to put them on, and they have to look good in your home. Ugh. It's getting harder and harder with every second. It's getting more boring with every second. People should tune themselves to really feel, understand, and take pleasure from art. Similar with coffee and cigarettes. When we were first trying cigarettes or alcohol or coffee, we didn't find liking in it because it was similar to nothing we ever tasted before. But then, after some time, we tried it again and again and again. Our friends were telling us, wow, you get so energized, and after a cup of coffee, oh, the cigarettes make me feel dizzy, or the alcohol makes me vomit on my cat. After hearing the cigarettes make you so cool, you'll be like Johnny Depp when he was younger and smoking on some interview. We get advertisement for these things all around us, but for art, we're not getting it. We don't know much about it. The general person, we don't know much about it. So when we finally get acquainted with art and we don't see that enjoyment, we don't have this rush feeling inside us, we think that it's just not for us and we let it go. But I think you should put some effort into tuning yourself to it. But actually, I think that YouTube bloggers should put some effort into tuning their audience to it. But I don't know how to do it yet. In order to attract to my art, I speak about everything else, except for the art itself. So, I'm tricking my audience to later redirect their attention to my art. To be a successful social influencer who's an artist and an only artist, you'll need to let people inside many intimate processes to catch their interest and later redirect it to art. You can't just be the artist nowadays. It's expected for you to also be a great curator, writer, marketing genius, and stuff like that. People expect you to be able to give up good public speeches, to be able to create your own personal brand. Many things you'll need to get used to, and I'm still trying. And I got to admit that every time I'm preparing myself to talk about art, I'm always thinking, will people judge my art as more simple and more childish because of my age and my gender? Should I wear something more... Maybe I should put more decent clothes to look more mature, to look less... And maybe I should tune down my sexuality a bit so people would not get distracted by such things as, too many cleavage showing off or stuff like that. But in the same time, there are other voice inside my head is telling me, no, you should attract more attention, because when people get attracted to you, they will get attracted to your art just as a side effect. If you're going to look like a crazy artist, if you're going to look like a beautiful girl, people will see more of your art. So it's a constant battle I'm going through every single time I'm making videos. But why I'm continuing to create art? Oh, no, it's a different question. Why I'm continuing to create videos on YouTube? Even though, I'm not getting many likes, I'm spending a lot of time on them, I'm not getting much of attention. yet, not getting much of attention yet. Videos allow me to get to know myself more, and as an artist, knowing yourself, knowing who you are, getting to learn more about you, it's a super, super important thing. It's needed. It's definitely needed. And art itself allows you to get to know you more. And while you're making videos about it, it's working 2 times better. I'm trying to stay as true to myself as possible while creating art, to be as true as possible with you. But also, I think it would be such a great opportunity for people who will buy my art, who bought my art, who are... Oh, I hope someone's buying my art in the moment. It would be great. It would be great. I hope. So, I think it would be a great possibility for people who will acquire my art to be able to get in touch with the artist herself, because it's a privilege that hasn't been available for people before. And now, before buying art, before buying paint, you can, watch many videos of this person to get to know him, see if he's sharing the same views on the world as you, which is a great thing to do. I feel like making videos without marketingly created fake image, personal brand, as you can say, would take much longer time to gain audience, because you as an audience will need time to see who I am, to feel my energy and stuff like that. If I would make a artificial image, that already similar to what already exists, so you would understand it better and easily, probably I would get audience faster. I'm not sure about it. I think so. But I'm choosing to be as true to myself as possible because I'm ready to spend more time on that. I see that this way of creating will bring me audience that will feel more closer connection with me, that would feel closer connected with me. I also got to admit that listening to my voice, thoughts, and seeing myself so much is raising many self-hatred thoughts and inner critics, which I'm constantly battling. And as you can see, that while I'm still here, I'm still here, so I'm winning the battles. I'm winning those battles. Have an idea that I wrote here. Make your art their problem, their pain. Make them feel intense things, ending in them being overwhelmed with desire, with interest, which is, you can rephrase this thing, is trigger people with your art. Trigger them into having to learn about you, into having this need to find out more. I'm so hungry right now. As soon as I'll end this video, I'm going to go eat something. I'm super hungry right now. I'm reading a book now. It's called How to Own the Room. I'll put the title and the cover somewhere here. This book was written by a woman, and it's for women. It's a book about public speeches. I treat those videos like a public speech. It has some similar stuff in that, it's only me and a camera. I feel still stressed about it. So I've been reading this book. It has some really good examples. It has some really good thoughts, even though I'm not a fan of the way a person who wrote is using words and sentences. I think it's a bit boring, and the sentences are super short, which makes you feel that it's too simple. But maybe simple is a good thing, but I'm not sure about that. Said that good speakers move quickly between the personal and the universal, which opened my eyes a bit, because before I thought that there is only two ways in the spectrum. That I didn't thought that it was a spectrum. I thought there was only two parts. Rather, you can be a superficially calculated image that you made specifically so other people would feel related to you, that they would feel something, which is not true, that this is a marketing marketing thing to make people like you, relate to you, and buy your stuff. So 100% superficial, 100% universal. Or either you can be super honest with yourself, super personal, be as open as a book, as open as an open book. After this little fragment from this book, I understood that you can create a perfect mix, that you don't need to be 100% honest, don't need to be 100% dishonest. Personal brand, I think it's a perfect mix between completely fakely, superficially created image and you being yourself, you being personal. This is some things about being a YouTube artist blogger that I noticed. Please let me know in the comments if there are some things that you noticed too. Share your experience with me. I'll hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for being here with me.